Good morning, everybody. We are starting a new chapter today in the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. And how apropos it is as we're coming into Shabbos, and we know one of the great mitzvahs on Motzi Shabbos is Havdalah. And one of the parts of Havdalah is smelling of the sweet fragrances, the spices, often cloves, which people use. And many of us think that the only time that we have to make a bracha on fragrances is on Motzi Shabbos when we make Havdalah. However, this chapter is called Din Birkas Harech, the laws of the blessings for fragrances, because we'll see that any time that a person is going to benefit or enjoy a fragrance that Hashem created here in this world, we're going to be obligated to make a bracha on it, even if it's Monday afternoon, Thursday night, Shabbos morning. It doesn't matter when it is, a bracha will be needed. And the Kitzur writes, Kishem, just like we know that it's prohibited for a person to derive benefit from food and from drink, without blessing first, so too, it's forbidden for a person to benefit from a pleasing fragrance before he makes a bracha on it. Just like we learned very much that a person is not allowed to eat anything or drink anything without saying the bracha, the blessing first. It's what they need to do in order to ask their permission from Hashem that it's okay to use His world and make it my pleasure. So too, when it comes to a fragrance, the halach is the same thing. How do we know that fragrances are the same thing? Shenemar, because it says in the verse in Tehillim, Kol haneshama tahalel ka. Let all of the souls praise Hashem. Now, what does this pasuk have to do with fragrances? What is something in this physical world that the neshama, that the soul derives pleasure from, but the body doesn't truly derive pleasure from it? Answers, he's quoting the Gemara over here. What is that referring to? It's referring to the reach, to smell, to a fragrant smell. And the Aruch HaShulchan explains the following, that smells don't enter bodies into the same tangible form as food and drink do. Right? Food and drink, you put in your mouth and you feel it going into your body. You taste it going into your body. It goes into your system and it digests itself, and the minerals and nutrients go to you. However, reach, the power of smell, is something that is considered to be a pleasure of the neshama, of the soul. We smell, we take a deep breath, and it goes inside through our spiritual faculties and facilities. However, after a person smells this beautiful fragrance, he doesn't need to make a bracha achreina, an after blessing, which we learned that you have to make after a person finishes eating. Why? What's different about the pleasure that I derive from food, which after I eat the amount that's necessary, I have to make a bracha achreina, but by fragrance I don't? Because once that the scent that a person took in no longer reaches his nose, meaning you take a deep breath, you can smell it after a few seconds, it dissipates, you don't smell it anymore. So then the enjoyment that you initially got from that smell has now ceased. And that is like a halacha that we learned previously, that if you ate and you waited too long to say the bracha achrona, the after blessing, because the food completely digested inside of your intestines, and you're no longer deriving the filled benefit that you felt before when you were full from the food, you don't make a bracha in that case. So to over here, since that the reach, the smell, leaves you, therefore you're no longer someone that is benefiting from it, so a bracha achron, an after blessing, is not in order. Okay, that's the beginning of this chapter over here. You'll keep this in mind this week as you make Havdalah on the importance of the brachas that we make on our fragrances. Wishing everybody a wonderful day and a wonderful Shabbos, and I look forward to learning together with you next week. All the best.